Hey y'all, I'm Missy from Moments with Missy, and I'm here to talk with you all about Mental Health Month. May is Mental Health Month, and in helping to spread awareness of the importance of our mental health, I love to share with you all something that the Lord placed upon my heart to present to help the body of Christ and just people in general learn to heal and begin to heal. Between 2020 and 2021, I went through one of the darkest times in my life, a struggle with my mental health. But by the grace of God, I overcame it. After that, the Lord placed upon my heart to write the book. I didn't know what He was saying at first, but as I was led to look in my journal, the Lord placed upon me that that was the book. Throughout my healing journey during that time, I journaled, and the Lord revealed that I had created a process to help people heal. Something that I go back and read myself from time to time when I need a reminder to just have that self-care, love, and boundary that I need, along with the steps that I created through the grace of God and the Spirit of God. In these next slides, I'm going to be sharing the book informational that I recorded in 2022 when I released the ebook. I hope you enjoy it. Here we go.
My name is Carmesia Bell, and I am the author of The Journey Back to Self, a journal guide to help you thrive, heal, and live in the space and season that you are in. So the book is about basically being able to just take control of your life. If you've ever been in a situation where you felt stuck, you felt lost, you felt alone, there was just so much going on that you were unable to process hurt, pain, disappointment in relationships and experiences. If you've ever been in a place like that, then this book is like a foundational guide to help you start your journey into healing and processing and getting through that and building those tools and resources that you can use throughout the rest of your life in order to continue to move forward from certain events that may take place in your life. So the book itself is an experience. When you read it, you will feel like I'm right there with you, talking to you. It is truly a guide. I love to take situations from my life and other people's lives and use them as learning experiences in order to help build a learning experience. To help me to process things, to gain my own opinion and how to move forward. Some people, they don't do well with the experience of others. Like if you tell somebody, hey, don't you do that, they can be like, oh, well, they told me not to do it, I'm gonna do it anyway. For me, someone coming to me and giving me their experience, it helps me to better decipher what may work well for me, what may not work well for me, what do I want to take from this, what do I want to do away with this. So for me, I personally, in November of 2020, I personally went on my own healing journey. And basically, it had just come down to the point in my life where experience and relationships over the years had just built up and caused so much hurt and pain. And the season and the space that I was in was really, really heavy on me. And I was dealing with a lot and going through a lot. And like many others, just trying to maneuver through the unknown with the pandemic. So there was just so much there, and I intentionally just began to start trying to figure out, how can I get through this? How can I get over this? I can't see a light at the end of the tunnel, but I know it's there. How can I keep walking forward to try to get to that light? And so for me, journaling is very healing and therapeutic, and it helps me to reflect and to process and to get my thoughts out of my head so that I can gain a better understanding for myself. So throughout my journey, I began, journaling through that. And when I started in the book, there's a journal entry that starts out the book, and it was basically my journal entry that I made the day that I decided, hey, something has to change, something has to be different, there's got to be more. And so the readers will be able to see that vulnerability from me, from my actual journal entry. And this book's foundation is based on, those steps and tools and strategies that I naturally formed and used from resources and just my own inner nature to start my process of my own healing journey. So those that can benefit from this book are those that are interested in healing and what that looks like, but they don't understand where to start. This would be a very helpful book for you to help build that foundation. This book is for those who feel lost, who feel stuck, who feel like this can't be all my life is made out to be, or why do these certain things keep happening this way? Why does this situation keep occurring? Why do I continue to do this? Why do people continue to do this? Like, if you have those questions in your head, this book will help you build that foundation in building understanding. Because of the experience of the book as well, it will help you to gain an intro into journaling. You'll be able to kind of get an idea of what journaling looks like, how to start out those questions or those prompts to help you begin to flow with thoughts and ideas of how you're feeling, and just to get everything out of your head and onto paper for you to visibly see, to gain understanding and to reflect. So the outline of the book is based on the foundational phases that I found to be my foundation in my healing journey, and I believe that a lot of people could use that same foundation as well. I call them the journey phases. And what the journey phases are, they're basically just whatever you might be going through in your season. So if you're going through a divorce, if you're going through loss, if you're going through moving to a new state, each of those are journey phases. And in those journey phases, I found there to be a 5-step consistent phase. Well, there are 5 consistent steps that you follow in those phases to help you maneuver through and to gain understanding and to gain clarity and heal through. So it could be something that's traumatic in your life, or it could be something that's just a shift of difference and you're trying to just maneuver through it. These 5 steps that I've come up with to be consistent, I feel will help anyone through any phase that they're going through in their life. So you'll be able to use those following from reading the book on throughout the rest of your life. So the chapters, I'll go ahead and give y'all an outline of the chapters. So the guide, it starts out as just kind of honing in on self and better understanding of self and who you are. And there's a guided activity that's given, and it's an experience. So you have to get vulnerable with yourself in order to really take on the effects of what the book has to offer. From there, we lead into talking about Journey Phase 1, which Journey Phase 1 is the foundation of falling in love with me. I'm a strong believer that if you do not love yourself 100% wholeheartedly and unconditionally, that you won't show up in every area of your life as your best self. And I do believe that once you finally get to a place where you love yourself unconditionally, without a doubt, without a question, without hesitation of, do you love yourself, and being able to say, yes, I love myself. What do you mean? I feel like once you get into that space in your life, then you're better able to maneuver through and go through life in a way that helps you to be protected from hurt, from pain, at a certain level. And leading from that chapter, we go into healing from old wounds. And so we talk about, what that looks like. And there are some tools and resources that are given to help people maneuver through that and have a better understanding of what that looks like. And then we move on into healing from the now. So although you might be healing from things of the past, trauma of the past, relationships of the past, there are a lot of people that are going through it right now. We're still mildly in a pandemic. I mean, it's not as intense as it was when we were in 2020, when this was all, first starting or in the middle of it. But we are all still, trying to figure out life, in the pandemic. So aside from that, people are grieving, people are hurting. The world we are living in, there's a lot going on. And so just being able to figure out and have the tools and resources of how can I heal from what I'm going through right now, and how do I deal with the things that I'm going through right now. That chapter talks about that and provides some tools and resources as well. Then we move into being unbothered. Being unbothered is my favorite chapter in the book. Being unbothered basically talks about setting boundaries. And setting boundaries has caused my life to shift dramatically. A lot of the hurt and the pain that I've experienced in my life came from lack of boundaries. And I just did not have an understanding of establishing boundaries, what that looked like, why it was needed, how it can positively affect my life in so many ways. And since I've gained that understanding of boundaries, which wasn't until I started my own healing journey, and that says a lot. There are a lot of adults walking around today that do not have boundaries. They don't know what that looks like. They don't know how it can positively affect their life. And in that chapter, I basically talk about, what it looks like, how it's important, and give some tools and resources and guidance and, steps of being unbothered. So the book itself comes in two forms. There's the standard form, and then there's the bonus form. So the book is currently in ebook form, but the two standards, the difference in that being the bonus form includes a 6 steps to healing and gaining clarity in relationships. And so that is also another favorite of mine, because relationships impact your journey, and how you show up in others' lives and how they show up in your life. It can do some damage, or it could do some healing to your heart. And whatever your heart posture is affects how you show up in the world. And so sometimes it's just the sense of healing from, the hurt and the pain of certain relationships that is needed in order for people to be able to move forward. And so that chapter is a favorite, and I think it's very, very useful to a lot of people. But you can get that only in the bonus form. So the book can be purchased right now in ebook form at carmesiabell.com. So head over to carmesiabell.com. That is CarmesiaBell.com. And you can purchase your book today. You can get the standard form or the bonus form, whichever fits you. And come back and leave us a review, leave us a star review on the page after you purchase. Come back, and you can also head over to the Facebook page. It's at The Journey, Carmesia Bell, and leave us a review. Tell us, what the book did for you, and how you liked it, and let us know.